Semiconductor supply chain resilience is of great interest to many people who believe that the sector grew out of decades of globalization and trade liberalization. We have Orville Schell of Asia Society and Larry Diamond of the Hoover Institution. Their newly edited book, Silicon Triangle, the U.S. Taiwan-China and Global Semiconductor Security, examines this already complex triangular relationship. Welcome, Larry and Orville.
Great to be here.
How the idea of Silicon Triangle came about.
It started because some friends and I started reading about the incredibly important role of TSMC. As tensions began to heat up in the Taiwan Straits, it occurred to me this is really sort of an anomalous situation. The challenge for us was twofold. How do we keep the microchip supply chain going? And second, how do we best as Americans and as an American government support Taiwan?
The decision of TSMC's major investments in Arizona and also the relocation of a lot of engineers and, just a lot of the movement, the decision actually has been debated quite a bit in Taiwan. What are your views?
Number one, as we said in our report, whatever degree of friendshoring is going to happen in the United States is going to be relatively modest. The lion's share of global manufacturing is going to remain with Taiwan. Secondly, even TSMC realizes it needs to diversify more its sites of production. The third point to be made, and I actually think it's the most important point to be made, is that the United States and we need to be better at conveying this, the United States commitment to ensuring that the people of Taiwan will not be coerced into some kind of future that they don't consent to.
I think what we are seeing is something that is very much in Taiwan's advantage and interest. By moving a fab to Arizona, maybe one to Germany and Japan, suddenly Taiwan is saying, we are real. We have something to offer. Taiwan has some cards to play. I think they're playing them quite well. And I think it will tie the U.S., Europe, and Japan closer to Taiwan rather than remove a deterrent that Taiwan needs to depend on by having it the full complement of leading edge chips fabbed in Taiwan.
In a few months, Taiwan will have the presidential election, which I believe Beijing is also watching very closely, and the rest of the world. And do you think that will change the triangle relationship?
I think whoever is elected president in Taiwan, they will be very soberly aware of the volatility of the situation and the importance of choosing words and actions very carefully.
I agree. And here, I think, President Biden gets much criticism, but I think he's done a pretty artful job, on the one hand, of pushing back and not being spineless.
Thank you again for publishing such a timely and informative book with such impressive authors. And TVBS looks forward to bringing this book to Taiwan in Chinese very soon.